Okay. So I know 2 works for Rude Awakening. I think I need to do 1 for Insanity Peak. And then the rest are 2, and it should work correctly. And if I'm wrong, then I'll be sad. One can has 300 milligrams of caffeine. What the fuck? That's twice the amount of that can of Dr. Pepper. I look exactly like your old convention vendor hall partner. Hell yeah. I bet he's a sexy motherfucker. Can't wait for cons. Yeah, no, I don't go to a lot of cons, but the ones I've been to have been really fun. SmashCon is my perennial favorite because I like Smash. A bona fide 10. Before I grew out my beard, so like when I still had baby face, I had some people at Smash tournaments tell me I looked like a younger version of Hungrybox. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to play Jigglypuff. That being said, I don't hate Jigglypuff. It's just that character does not fit my playstyle at all. Who would want to play a floaty? Okay, like, Marth is, like, almost floaty, so, like... Also, I played Brawl. That entire game is floaty. I have nothing against Jigglypuff. I think Jigglypuff is a cool character, but again, I played Brawl. I just prefer playing Fox and Marth and such. Even the 100 plus consoles last year's felt so often empty. Like, it's sad when I think about the fact that it's been more than a year since I've been to AGDQ. Like, AGDQ was that thing where I swore I would always go to every single year. And, like, I just didn't have a choice this year. It's like, I respect floaty characters, I just know that I'm a very aggressive player overall and very technical. So they do not fit the way I would play. Okay, well, Peach is really technical. I like fast fallers and shit, I guess, is where I'm trying to go with this. I love this auto splitter. Yeah, I'm gonna go to GDQ and maybe one day it'll happen. GDQs are really fun. The 3 GDQs I've been to have all been incredible and some of the best weeks of my life. You enjoyed my Crash Bandicoot 2 commentary? Thank you, Rare. Some people did, a lot of people didn't. I look back in it as a learning experience. I learned to be conscious of other commentators. And I learned the runner's a piece of shit. You really want to go to a GDQ one day? Hell yeah. We'll go together, Nelly. We shall go together. You don't even speedrun, you're really the band going to the GDQ. Like, yeah, like even if you're not a runner, it's just really fun to go. Like, even if you don't want to, like, watch a lot of runs, like, a majority of the time at AGDQ, like, you're not in, like, the stream room watching runs. You're in the practice room or the casual room, or you're just hanging out with people. Like, every year at AGDQ, I watch maybe 3 runs. Like, I think the runs I watched at AGDQ 2020, like, in person, in the stream room, were A Hat in Time, because I think it was the opener, and I was going to watch it anyway, because it's fucking A Hat in Time, and I love that game. I watched that. I watched the Jack 2 run, because I'm friends with a lot of Jack runners. And then, like, I think there was a Ratchet and Clank run after A Hat in Time, and I watched that just to support the Ratchet community. I think that was that AGDQ, but, like, that was all I watched. The rest of the time, I was just hanging out with people, playing, like, Twin Sanity, making, like, a million fucking discoveries in HP1 PS1. Or like playing Smash. Yeah, I don't know. AGDQ is like so fun. It's like why like I used to be like really bummed out whenever I like didn't get into an event, but now I'm just like, I mean, that's just more time I get to spend in the casual and practice rooms just hanging out with people. It's not working for Insanity. Oh, there it is. Oh, I split too early, that's why. Mostly want to go hang out with Dale and talk to people about Crash and Spyro. Yeah, I met Dale in person for the first time at the last in-person AGDQ, and he's a really cool guy. I wish I hung out with him more. I'm not really into like drinking. Like I think I've gotten tipsy twice in my life, but actually I was gonna do that tonight. But yeah, I don't judge people for drinking as long as they don't seem to do it excessively. But like, I mean, I understand. It's fun. I'm just not about it myself. I think my biggest reason I don't really try to drink too much is like my own personal fear of like going further than I am capable of. Like, I don't know what my tolerance level is, and I'd rather not find out. Partly because I am terrified of vomit. Like, that's one of my phobias. I hate getting sick. Like, it is very psychologically draining on me. So I would just not want to deal with that. So I just avoid it. But I've also, like, seen people who are, like, borderline or, like, actually alcoholic, and I've seen what it does to them. And, like, that's another turn-off for, like, if I observe someone and I reach the conclusion that they drink excessively, that's, like, the one time, like, I kind of become a little judgmental about it, which is, like, kind of shitty, I guess, but, like, also, like, why are you drinking your heart out to, like, and, like, it's, like, if my interactions with you are like 90% inebriated and then like 10% like sober, I think that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, alcoholism like has a bit of a history in my family. Like one of my uncles used to be an alcoholic, but that's like not the reason I'm like so judgmental about it. It's because of friends I've seen become alcoholics. Like I remember when like I first went to like a get-together where there was like drinking and stuff, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And my friend was just like, oh, I just want to make sure, like, is there a reason like you don't like drinking? Is like, do you just like not like the taste? Do you like, do you have like does your family have like a history of alcoholism? I was like, I just don't like it. And then I found something that I liked. So. Yeah, I don't like judge anybody just for like enjoying getting drunk, because like it's fine. Like most things in life, it's fine within like moderation. It's when I see someone who's clearly not doing it in moderation that I become a little concerned. Some people can't comprehend that they don't drink. Like I say, to keep it simple, I say I don't drink, but like I do, just very rarely. But like whenever I go to visit my sister, yeah, I'll pour myself like a rum and coke or something. You're endlessly amazed at how much we have in common. It's just meant to be, Nelly. Alright, this one I think I have to manually split. Oh, it did it. Is it really that good of a real grind? Yeah, like, The one time that I drank to the point where I felt like I could have been classified as drunk, and even then I think I was still like closer to the edge of like tipsy than like full-blown wasted. I became pretty obnoxious to the girl I was dating at the time, and that was kind of where like I realized like I don't really have much control over myself when I do this. So I'm gonna, that was another reason I was like I'm gonna back off a bit on this. But at the same time, there was like a stream a few months ago where I was playing Crash 3 and I was just like having a like I think it was like a whiskey and Dr. Pepper. And like that was fun. I was just like giggly. Bruh. Bruh. If this auto splitter keeps working, this is gonna be like the greatest thing ever. Yeah, I tend to be more judgmental on lack of self-control as opposed to any particular action in and of itself. Thankfully, like I meet very few people who I feel like have a total lack of self-control when it comes to drinking. Dude, I don't even have to worry about reaching over to split. This is so good, man. Okay, this thing is like the life of luxury. Yeah, I used to use the NST auto splitter. The reason I stopped was because for some reason it fucked up with the way I had my my 108 splits set up. But if I were to go back to 108, I'd probably like condense my splits anyway. Because I used to have like a split for like every visit. Yo, Super Sphere. Yeah, Fluffy Cobra's golden mover has an auto splitter, and I didn't know how it worked, so I hadn't been using it, but I figured it out now. Yeah, but for some reason, like the way I have like my sub splits in Crash 3 NST 108% set up really weird, where like I break the sub splits by level, so every group of splits is like 2 splits of like the first visit and the second visit, and for some reason having it set up like that fucked up the load remover, and I could never get it fixed, so I just stopped using it. It's okay, no, I can like show you screenshots of it. That might even be easier. That was not how to give you fear, as you saw how bad it can affect people who are already wild in this news. Yeah, like that's the key with most things, to not overdo it. That was something like my dad always told me, because like my dad like in his early years was a smoker, and then he stopped, and then he had like diabetes later in life, but like he would tell me how Like, he felt that things were fine as long as you could do it in moderation. And then he gave me a warning. He was like, that's why I'm concerned about your soda intake. And then I ignored him. And then last year I was like, I should probably stop. Or at least slow down. Which I have. I feel like I've done a much better job of not consuming soda constantly compared to, like, previous years. I'm still not completely out of the clear, but I'm not downing, like, 5 cans a day like I used to. There used to be days where, like, if I didn't have any caffeine, I went through a withdrawal and had, like, a killer headache. Now, if I don't have any caffeine, like, it doesn't really affect me. Oh, I was talking to Nelly, Skeletal. Nelly, aka Genba. I call her Nelly because she's my girlfriend. No, she wanted to know how sub-splits work because she wants to group stuff together for Link to the Past, or Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. They're both Zelda games. They have Link in their name. I got confused. Let's just hit the road. Gotta get the green gem. Gotta get the green gem. Gotta have my bowl. Gotta have cereal. Oh my fucking god! I thought I was gonna hit that nitro. Quit soda around 4 years ago for the sake of your teeth. A lot of damage. Yeah, like I'm surprised I'm surprised my teeth haven't fallen out with how poorly I take care of them. That being said, I'm pretty sure I have at least like 2 cavities that I haven't gotten checked because 1, COVID. I don't really want anybody putting their hand in my mouth right now. And 2, I have passed the age where I'm still allowed to be on my mom's dental plan. So the next time I get a job, I have to get my own dental plan, which I will. But yeah, for some reason my sub splits, the way I did sub splits in Crash 3 fucked up the load or the auto splitter. Oh, I've had a lot of fillings, but I've never had any teeth fall out, thankfully.
Prepare for a beating, Bandicoot. You're ruining my solo.
I might turn this heating pad over because the cord's getting in the way and it's annoying. But my shoulder feels nice.
Stay away from my command. Don't like death metal.
The problem is that, like, I'm really bad at focusing and remembering to do anything that doesn't, like, catch my immediate attention and interest. And brushing my teeth is very boring. So a lot of the times I forget to do it not out of, like, a desire not to do it, but by literally forgetting. Like, I'll get in bed and then I'll wake up the next morning and be like, fuck, I forgot.
You really know we'll do this the hard way.
And I'm trying to be better about it, but it's hard. Oh, wait, I don't have to split. I don't have to split, it's fine. I can just do this. Oh, that's pretty nice. Just have to tangle my fucking headset. Everything's fucking tanglement there. Okay, we're fine. It really is, Erickson. It's as John Mulaney says in one of his comedy specials that I would much rather not do something than do something. It is so much easier to not do something than it is to do something. Dude, John Mulaney is the fucking best. Yeah, I don't want to quote too much John Mulaney right now because I don't think Nellie's seen his specials and I want to show them to her because they're really fucking good. But yeah, every time I go to my sister's, we like just rewatch all of them because they're just so good. Yeah, I know you did, Sparrowfen, but he apologized for it and acknowledged that it was a really bad joke. So. I just don't think it's worth staying mad over at somebody over something that they acknowledge was a mistake. That was just me. As someone who has had people stay mad at me for things I acknowledged as a mistake and genuinely apologized for. Yeah, Tana, you got it. Have I listened to any Patton Oswalt stand-up? No, I don't think I have.
Eyes on target.
I feel like all your favorite levels for each character is the first one. That tends to be the case. Like, that's probably the best Tana level. The best Dingo level is Home Cooking, I feel. My favorite Cortex level, though, is Seeing Double, which is his last one.
Okay, this place rules.
Yeah, that's fair, Erickson. But I think seeing double is really well designed. The only thing that's stupid about seeing double is that sometimes the bats just don't work. But you can fix that with the death abuse, which is only a problem when you're going for insanely perfect. Pokemon. Oh yeah, doesn't Pokemon Snap come out like tomorrow or today?
Attention minions! The Bandicoots are inside! Start the Doom Raid!
Tomorrow for sure.
Are you ready? Start your sabotage!
Sabotage. Yo, Campion. How's things going? Not the worst. I got the auto splitter working, so I don't have to worry about splitting. Which is great. It's truly a Christmas miracle. It's so good, man. It's so good. I don't have to reach over and press the enter key. Which is great because my keyboard's further away now. Honestly, that's the nicest fuck thing is about Crash 3 105% also. I don't have to split for that either, but not because it's an auto split, but because I have 2 splits for a 2-hour category. What's up, Emma? Got your new SSDs in the wind tunnel, yeah. Hell, let's go. Fast AF. Oh, I see the screen tearing. Free sync, save me. Go, Uber. Just got done watching Bill and Ted with your brother. How is that movie? I've heard of it many times, but I've never actually watched it. How's it going? Not bad. That is great. That's what I've heard. Oh, I need that. Cool. I actually thought I was going to dodge all of those. That was bad. Oh, well, except second try. Ah, yes, Luis. Am I gonna risk Luis skip on 1 of 6? So you actually can't do Luis skip on one of the 2 visits. I have not seen the Kingsman movies, Nelly. I think I was offered to watch them, and then was like, nah, I don't feel like it, but I'd be down to watch them. But yeah, the reason you can't do Luis skip on one of the 2 visits in 106 is because doing Luis skip counts as a death. So if you do it, you don't get the insanely perfect relic. Dude, frame rate, please. Holy shit, dude, what is going on? Yeah, Pepo G. So we can use Wowie Study also. I have that emote here. Yeah, because Luis skip counts as a death, and you need the insanely perfect relic on one of the 2 visits, you can't do the skip. I would probably not do the skip on the first visit, and then attempt it on the second visit when it's inverted. Kingsman 1 is one of your top 3 movies ever. Oh. Yo, okay, sure.
I wish I didn't have to resort to live tests for my experiments, but you know, omelets, eggs, superpowered potions.
Have an interview on Sunday? Oh, hell yeah, let's go, Goober.
I mean, other animals.
Get that bread.
Let's go!
Yeah, Wowie Study. If you type a colon before an emote, then it'll pop up in an emote list and it can autofill for you. As long as the emote is FFZ or BTTV. Or FFZ or Twitch, it doesn't work for BTTV. So many smart doges. You're an old man. You don't use emotes. You don't have FFC. You should fix that. I would at the very least get FFZ. But BTTV has Obama Sphere.
Reminds me of Neo Nippon, minus the kaiju tanuki.
Yo, Crypt, essentially good luck. Pokey Ears Overheat is like a fucking underrated BTTV emote.
Aw, kawaii.
I mean, if anybody here doesn't have FFZ or BTTV, that doesn't affect me. That affects you guys. I just recommend it. The other thing with FFZ and BTTV is they made it so that for the /me commands that used to be like colored before Twitch was stupid and made them italicized, you can go back to making it colored, or you can make it colored italicized. Another reason mobile Twitch sucks. Yeah. Mobile Twitch is not the superior experience. Was the 106 race originally scheduled for 2 p.m. UTC? As far as I know, it's still scheduled for 2 p.m. UTC. What's up, B-Jazz? Mobile Twitch is the laying in bed experience. That is true. Mobile Twitch is very useful for laying in bed if I'm out and want to watch somebody, or if I need to use the bathroom but don't want to get lost in chat. Man, fuck this game. Does it say 1 p.m.? Someone translate 1 p.m. UTC to US Eastern Time and tell me what it is. Have I seen Harold and Kumar go to White Castle? No, but I've been to a White Castle. It's pretty good.
I wish I could have to resort to live tests for my experiments, but you know,
9 8.
omelets, eggs,
Okay, maybe it's 1 p.m. UTC.
potions, marsupial.
Fuck.
I mean, other
I need to double check that. I thought it was 2 p.m. UTC for some reason. Better than fucking 6 a.m. Yeah, poor tacos, dude. If that shit was at 6 a.m. my time, I would not get up. But fuck it. I'll do it on my own time. Shit, it might be 1 p.m. UTC and I'm just dumb. I mean, honestly, depending on like the people who are in it, it might be better to move it to 2 p.m. UTC because like that'll give tacos an extra hour to like, you know, arise. It'll give me an extra hour to also arise. I know what I typed, B-Jazz. That's what I'm saying. I might have gotten it mixed up. I know I said 2 p.m. in the server earlier. I thought it was 2 p.m. It might actually be 1 p.m. But honestly, 2 p.m. might be better. I'd have to check with Stefan though. Because I think the people who are doing it Fun, myself, Tacos, Abdul, and Roddy, I think. I mean, that's fair, but it's also going to be long, so you might catch the middle of it, Goober. I'm not expecting anybody to be there for the whole thing. Except for me. Wow. Okay, gaming. Yeah, it's actually like the perfect time for Nelly because it's like the afternoon for her, and then it will end about... So, like, if I don't, like, lose huge chunks of time, it'll end, like, probably roughly around when she would be going to bed anyway. So it's, like, the perfect time for her. The Google Doc says 2 p.m. UTC. Where did I get 1 then? Maybe he changed it. Gonna be there for the whole thing. Hell yeah, man. Reverse psychology. Let's fucking go. Yo, I'm cheating.
Sometimes I think you're my only friend. But then I realize, no, that's right.
Yeah, it's this Saturday. The 1st. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be an 8 to 10 hour run, depending on how it goes. Could be even longer if I'm particularly shit. But hopefully it doesn't take that long. I'll double check, but the Google Doc says 2 p.m. UTC, so I would listen to that. Which would be 10 a.m. my time, I believe. It still doesn't let you? There isn't a prediction going, is there? Is there another mod in my chat who can make the hostile checkpoint prediction? I should probably practice Rock Block Trial if I'm me. The 2 time trials I think I should practice are Rock Blocked and fucking Seeing Double. Although I feel like Seeing Double became easier as we became better at the game. Yeah, that's very good. I wouldn't expect you to watch all of it. Let's see if I can set it up myself. Time.
Any guesses on your reward? Hint, it's something you've had before.
Yeah, that's fair, Uber. And also, like, congrats to your mom for being able to commit to that. Wait, no, I want that one. Why, though? Are you serious, dude?
If you enjoy your reward, we will make an even better team. Yes, yeah.
Coming through!
Yo, Trob, thanks for the host. Yo, Trob, you want to make a prediction real quick? Make a prediction about whether or not the checkpoint will be hostile. You might not have enough time, actually. Your birthday is in 2 weeks. Well, happy fucking birthday, dude. But, like, actually, happy birthday. How the fuck do you make predictions? Okay, I'm gonna put a little like pseudo guide. Okay, it wasn't hostile anyway. Yeah, I'm putting a pseudo guide in the mod channel on my server. $131.55. Was that your first run? That's really good for a first run. That's super good for a first run, Rob. Like my averages in any percent are like 125s, 126s and shit. And I've run the game for a while. That's wild, dude. Yeah, it's does the checkpoint like damage or kill me is what I mean by hostile checkpoint. I've heard that the new Ratchet game looks good, and I've heard it's a continuation from like the OG game, so like Into the Nexus I think is what it follows. Oh, it's Future its own series.
Yes, hurry! Your reward is just up ahead.
Is Future a different continuity from like the OG games? Or is it like a sub-series? I'm gonna take this off for a bit. Ugh. God, fucking heating pads.
Just stay put while I test this. Hold still. Stops for science. Not the face. I just need to know if this is lethal. Fly, my gelatinous fiddlesticks. Enjoy your trip. This one has extra botulinum. Ooze your way. Oh! Why? Why don't people take me seriously?
Yeah, work smart. Hell yeah. Also, Roddy, are you doing the 106 race? Can? Hell yeah. Okay. Oh, you're responding to the Goober. My question's not good enough. I thought what we had was special. I thought you might have been replying to my question, which was, are you doing the 106 race? Is that everything? Yeah, it is. Okay. I thought you were replying to Goober. Yo, what's up, Dep? But yeah, I thought, so like, from what I've been told, the document says it starts at 2 p.m. UTC, but for some reason my command says it's 1 p.m. UTC, so I don't know which one is correct, but I'll double check, but yeah. Oh, Dev, how did Crash 1 go? I saw you were streaming it earlier when it went live. 7 a.m. stream. Alright, Tacos. At least it's not a fucking, like, 6 a.m. stream. Yeah, it doesn't care about capitalization. It just goes off if someone types yep. We're in a terrible mood, so Crash won't work poorly. Yeah, that ought to do it. Hope it's the earliest you can be. You can got stuff in there. I think like 2 p.m. UTC will probably be like the most reasonable, because like any later will be a problem for Stefan because he lives in Germany, I think. But then, like, any earlier is bad for Tacos because he lives in California. I tell you what, man, I got loan you by an officer, man. You come back and no dang old top back on the bar boardwalk. I little must sit down and Park Place too, man. Dang old mom coming over and then want to end up playing Stratego, man. Tacos live in the gold. Yeah, man. Nothing like expensive rent and wildfires. California is nice though. having lived there in my childhood. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I might pass on stream tomorrow, Tacos, for the same reason, to make sure I'm like I wake up on time. You don't have to split. You don't have to split. It does it for you. Isn't it great? Does it for you. Yeah, like California's good. But like it is very expensive, and wildfires. We're crazy for doing the 106 race. It's no worse than like the 315 IMO or like any of the 511s I've done or the 620 I did. For me, it's just another like long run. San Francisco rent.
They'll get every last one of you.
What is the rent in San Francisco, Tacos? I'm actually genuinely curious of comparing it to my own. Like, for 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, what is the rent? Yeah, like, the thing is, like, I kind of view 106 in this the same way I view 101 in CTR. It's fine if you enjoy CTR. 2,600. Jesus Christ, dude. That is 1,000 more than my rent. 1 bed and 1 bath in the DC metro area of Maryland is fucking 1,600 for me. And even then, I think I pay a bit too much.
I made all them tablecloths myself.
Yeah, you'll get your rent when you fix this damn door! But yeah, so like, CTR 101 is repetitive as fuck. But like, if you like CTR, it's fine. I kind of view it the same way. The biggest issue with 106 in this game is that it's repetitive as fuck. But if you like Crash 4, it's fine. I'm not saying I'm gonna grind 106, but like, I think it'll be fun to do. But like, if you're going in blind, of course it's gonna fucking suck.
There we are.
Yeah, we could do with some more races, but I don't know. Every time we try, it's hard to like schedule stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little tragic. Like we have the yearly NST 315 race. I don't even know if that's gonna happen this year, but I'm sure it probably will. And that'll probably be like what gets me to not that's what gets me out of retirement for NST is the yearly 315 race. That or a desire to play 108, one of the two. Give me rent. Bro. Alright, man, you got it. No, fuck it. I don't need that mask.
How do you like them wampus?
Dude, this auto splitter is so great. Getting closer and closer to the point that you have to pay rent. Isn't that just like every month?
a feeling I'm not in the bar, you know.
Oh, to moving out. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, wait a minute. Honestly, as much as rent is annoying, I would much rather spend $1,600 a month than live with my mom again.
You smell good enough to eat.
You missed. Give it to me. Well, hopefully you can do that soon, Nelly. Am I hydrated? Probably not as much as I could be, but I don't think I'm dehydrated. Plan on getting your bachelor's in 2 years? Hell yeah. I think I don't want no suck. I mean, really feel the suck. What the fuck? That's fair, Roddy. I consider myself very fortunate that I have not had to fucking... not had to move back in with my mom. Your parents are gonna make you pay rent if you live with them. Yeah, that's fair. I remember when I moved back in with my parents, my dad said that I could live for free for a year, and then after that he would like me to either move out or charge rent. Or he would charge me rent, which is like fair. Like, I agreed to that. I was like, man, I don't want to stay here for too long either. But then he passed away, and my mom was like, please don't leave. And I'm just like, sorry, I'm an adult. Oh, that's cool, man. Oh, that's real nice. God, I just need a 2-second gold. Have I seen those people that live in storage units because it's cheaper? I have not. Yeah, I was like, that doesn't sound legal. It's like the line from Inception. Well, it's not strictly speaking legal. Ooh, Nelly, have you seen Inception? Okay, I'm adding that to the list also. Inception is also one of my favorite films. It's by Chris Nolan, who also did the Dark Knight trilogy, so I just really like the guy. Wowie study. I've been watching the Marvel series. Yeah, Nelly and I watched WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier together. Yeah, one of the boom. The Hans Zimmer special. Boom. Yeah, no, I love Inception. I also love The Dark Knight, so you know.
Let's go!
King, there is character that is actually smart. Boom. I honestly, I liked the finale of WandaVision also. Like, I get the complaint that like it became very like stock standard Marvel, but I like stock standard Marvel, so like fuck it. I was overall pretty satisfied with the ending of Falcon and Winter Soldier also. I don't want to talk too much about it, either of them, for people who haven't seen them yet, though. Especially not Falcon and Winter Soldier, because that's still pretty recent. But like even WandaVision, you should probably steer a little clear of, because I know some people still haven't seen it. But I would recommend. Bro. Falcon and Winter Soldier was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I honestly, I wasn't completely sold when they said they were gonna start doing like Netflix, or like not Netflix, Disney Plus series that like tied in with like MCU Phase 4. But like so far, I've been very satisfied with them. So I think it was originally in the plans. Like they'd been announced well before COVID. It's just convenient that it worked really well with COVID also. Loki soon, hell yeah. Loki. I don't remember the order they were announced, but I remember like hearing about Falcon and Winter Soldier like a couple of years ago or something, or like very shortly after like Endgame. Maybe not very shortly, but like in that time frame between like Endgame and Lamau Pandemic. I remember hearing about Falcon and Winter Soldier and being excited for that.
Right then. Need a hand.
Yeah, I think the biggest advantage of the TV shows, I agree with Erickson, is that like you can flesh out things a lot more. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier and even WandaVision were so good because they had the time of a TV show to flesh all that shit out.
That's more like it. Now, which way's me diner?
I'm curious to see what if will be like, but I'm not sure if I'll be. I'm not sure if I'm like super excited for it. Yeah, like it's definitely a huge advantage of shows that you've got so much time to flesh out characters and shit compared to movies. It's also why like I'd almost want like a rebooted Harry Potter that was like a TV series as opposed to a show. Too bad J.K. Rowling makes supporting any new Harry Potter shit difficult.
Stagnant water. Smells like home.
I think Black Panther is amazing, and I think Killmonger was also a really good movie. Or really good movie, really good character, rather. I mean, you don't have to feel bad about it, Goober. Again, you're allowed to feel the way you do. Like, my stance on Black Panther is that, like, I felt like it was very good. I don't fully understand how groundbreaking it was for, like, you know, like African-American cinema. But I also don't feel like I would ever be in a position to understand that anyway. So I don't judge it on the merits of what, well, I don't get why it was so groundbreaking because I'm never going to understand that anyway. So for me, it's just like, I know that I watched it and I really liked it. And I thought it was very good. So, I don't know. I could probably phrase that better, but it's like, difficult to put into words, I guess. Alright, having a nice power fan. Yeah, like, honestly, like, Killmonger had a lot of, like, there was a personal connection there, which I think was what made Killmonger such a good villain. And it's also, like, he wasn't, like, unjustified in his motives, even if he went about them the wrong way, which is generally a sign of a really good villain. A villain where you can be like, yeah, they're the bad guy, but also, like, they have a good point. Those tend to be really well-written villains in my experience. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's fair baseball. Like, competing with Alan Rickman's like impossible for that role. I mean, that's the thing, Trace. Thanos did have a point, but he went about it the wrong way. That's like, that's like the core part of a lot of villains. They have a motive. They have a motive that's understandable, but they go about it the wrong way. I have to give a lot of Marvel films a rewatch, or at least a lot of the MCU films in particular, so Black Panther especially is one of them. But I do remember really liking it when I watched it. I mean, yeah, it was extremely wrong way, Depp. Like that, yes. That is very valid. Like, Thanos was not correct in any way whatsoever about the way he went about it. But his point was fairly valid. He watched his home planet die because things were like, they ran out of resources. Now, the idea to kill half the universe, no. Rewatch Iron Man 3. I remember thinking Iron Man 3 was alright. Man, I don't want to rewatch Thor the Dark World, but I probably will anyway. I remember not liking Iron Man 2 when I watched it, but that was a while ago, so. Let's just skip Thor the Dark World when we watch MCU. But like, I don't know, if we're gonna suffer through Cars 2, I feel like we should suffer through Thor the Dark World. Iron Man 2 is the worst one easily. I don't know, man. Thor, are we talking about the worst Iron Man or the worst MCU film? Because I don't know, man. Fucking Thor the Dark World is not particularly interesting. Thor 1, I think, is alright. Thor the Dark World is extremely forgettable. And then Ragnarok is just one of the best MCU films. Like, Ragnarok's incredible. Oh, weakest Iron Man? I can agree with that. Because, like, I remember not liking Iron Man 2, but, like, I really liked Iron Man 1. And Iron Man 3 was, like, I considered it good. I feel like, I don't even want to say worst, I want to say weakest. I feel like weakest MCU film is between, like, Thor the Dark World or, like, Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk counts. It's part of the MCU. It's just the most inconsequential film in the MCU. It is the one film that you could probably completely take out and you will miss nothing. Like, the events of the Incredible Hulk have almost no bearing on the rest of the MCU. Alright, have a night, Jasmine, thank you. I feel like I don't want to skip Incredible Hulk just because I've only seen it once. And I want to have a more informed opinion of it because it's been so long since I've seen it. But also, like, finding Incredible Hulk on streaming services I think is, like, not the easiest because it's not on Disney Plus, and I don't know if it's on any other services. I enjoyed Captain Marvel, like, I don't think I loved it, but, like, I've seen people have such a vitriolic hatred for it. I'm just like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I enjoyed Captain Marvel. I remember one of my coworkers at, like, my really shitty job, like, hated, like, absolutely fucking hated Captain Marvel, but he's also someone whose opinions I should not value in any way whatsoever, and we'll just leave it at that. I don't know. I agree with Tacos that Captain Marvel is mid-af. Like, I don't think it's bad, but like there's so many significantly better MCU films. Honestly, when I think of my favorite MCU film, my go-to is probably Winter Soldier. Like, I remember thinking Captain America: The First Avenger was good, but like not super amazing. But then like on rewatch, I thought it was amazing. But like I was blown away the first time I saw Winter Soldier. I love that film. Dude, I remember people got so fucking tilted that, like, the revelation that the way Nick Fury lost his eye was because the weird, like, cat alien scratched it. And they were like, they played it up as if it was, like, some serious, like, deep betrayal. And they ruined it. I was like, that was fucking hilarious. You like Captain Marvel because of the cat? Yeah, that's fair. Oh, dude, the Ant-Man movies are so good. Like, you would not expect them to be good, but like, you wouldn't expect them to be amazing. They're fucking incredible. I love the Ant-Man films. The Incredible Hulk's on Netflix. I think the Incredible Hulk and both Spider-Man movies are on Netflix because the Spider-Man films aren't on. They aren't on Disney Plus either because Sony. So it makes sense they're on Netflix. Now, the annoying thing... Oh, they are on... Yeah, I heard they're moving to Disney Plus. I didn't know if that happened yet. Now, the thing that's going to be annoying, Nelly, is when we watch the Dark Knight trilogy, because Batman Begins and The Dark Knight are on Netflix, and then The Dark Knight Rises is on Hulu. And I don't know why. Yeah, I remember seeing the announcement. Have I rewatched the Sam Raimi trilogy? So I've rewatched Spider-Man 1 and 2 like a few years ago, and my opinions were that Spider-Man 1, while not as good as I remember it being, was still pretty good, and Spider-Man 2 is fucking amazing. But I've actually never seen Spider-Man 3 to its like completion. Let's watch old Spidey's also. Alright.
Oh, how I've missed this.
I mean, from what I've gathered, the opinion on 3 has improved as time has gone on. Like, in the wake of the Amazing Spider-Man films, we were like, yeah, Spider-Man 3 wasn't that bad. But yeah, no, my go-to for favorite MCU film is usually Winter Soldier. It's either like Winter Soldier or like Spider-Man: Far From Home. Again, I was blown away by how much I liked Far From Home. I think that's most people's issue with Spider-Man 3. That and just Venom as a whole. Although Venom was intentionally portrayed really poorly because Raimi was really pissed off that he got forced to put Venom in the movie. Homecoming and Far From Home are both really good, though. Civil War is probably your favorite Captain Marvel Winter. So, like, I've reached the conclusion that this is an extremely unpopular opinion, but, like, I thought Civil War was decent. I was not blown away by Civil War. To me, Civil War felt less like a Captain America film and more like an Avengers film trying to be a Captain America film. And that was, I felt like it didn't have focus. And that was the problem I had with Civil War. It was still good. I enjoyed it. But, like, I didn't think it was, like, drop dead amazing. Like, I had one friend that I knew through Smash in, like, my old hometown. And he was like, oh, dude, did you see Civil War? It was so amazing. I was like, yeah, I thought it was alright. And he was like, oh, it's okay, Kyle. Sometimes people have wrong opinions. I'm like, damn, son. he was joking, so like he wasn't like serious, but like, yeah. Yeah, a Civil War after Infinity War would be insane, for sure. I don't know, Taco. It's like a lot of people did not like Age of Ultron, but at the same time, I feel like Age of Ultron is one of those films where, like, even though I didn't particularly care for it the first time, if I rewatch it, I think I could appreciate a lot of it more. Because, like, if there's anything I respect about Ultron, I feel like there's a lot of like tiny details in it that set up stuff for Phase 3.
Please let the next world be a beach world. Sunshine and sand, drinks with mini umbrellas.
I don't know, I've only seen Ultron once. I don't know how I'm alive. I think that's controversial everywhere, Erickson. No, you want to talk about controversy? I think Endgame's better than Infinity War. Or at least I liked it more than Infinity War. Is that controversial? Depends on who you ask. I've seen people shit on Endgame for being like so much worse than Infinity War. They butchered Thanos so bad in Endgame. I don't think they did. I think they did Thanos just fine in Endgame. Okay, man, you got it. How does the time travel not make sense? I don't understand that. Like, how... Like, I don't understand the time travel doesn't make sense thing. Like, I'm sorry. I really don't understand that argument. Like, what about it doesn't make sense? Like, that has to be one of the best, like, uses of time travel I've seen in, like, any media. Like, I felt like it made so much sense. Considering they actually explained how it worked. I don't know. I don't particularly care for Deathly Hallows Part 2 either. I still find it weird when people don't understand the time travel because they literally explain how it works. I don't think Endgame's a spectacle though. Like, Endgame has a lot of substance to it. I love that Endgame is a much like lower key, like, if anything, I felt like Infinity War had a lot of spectacle to it. But like Endgame's like way more low key and personal. And like I love that it's like slower paced like that. It's not as action heavy as Infinity War until like the final act. But like I've seen people shit on it because it's like it's boring. It's not like Infinity War had all these great action sequences and all the characters teamed up, and I was like, honestly, I felt like they didn't team up enough in Infinity War. But in hindsight, I realized that that was intentional. Like the point was that they were supposed to be all divided in Infinity War. So I don't have that as a problem against Infinity War anymore. I still think Infinity War is amazing. I just liked Endgame a lot more. I'm also a sucker for really good conclusions. If Cap was living out his life the whole time and Thanos was gone, the whole... What the fuck?
I've made a few upgrades to my blimp.
That's not how the time travel works. They established that the way the time travel works in Endgame is that it creates branching timelines. Like, time traveling doesn't affect the current timeline. They established that in the movie. So, like, how does that not make sense? What are my opinions on the Guardians of the Galaxy movies? I love both of them. This also might be a hot take. I like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 more. But they're both really good. Yeah, like, I never got the confusion with, like, the Captain America stuff. Like, okay, so, like, I get the confusion because one of the screenwriters or directors or something said something that makes no sense in the context of what they tell you in the movie.
Like it? That Bandicoot, Hotspot?
Cap exists in the current timeline as an old man. He traveled back.
Well, if you won't play fair,
That's a simple solution. He traveled back to the original timeline.
I do that?
That makes complete sense to me.
Kill the Bandicoot, crush the Bandicoot, smash its head.
Like, he went to an alternate timeline, lived out his life, and then traveled back to the original timeline. I don't know how that's so hard to understand.
Hit all the buttons at once.
Like, that seems like a pretty simple solution to me. Yeah, I like the way things are characterized in 2. That's kind of why I like it so much. Like, they're both really good. He traveled back as an old man. Yeah, why can't he do that? Like, because he's old, he's physically incapable of traveling back? Does the alternate timeline have its own Tony that invents time travel? Yeah, why the fuck not? For what reason would that not be possible if it was possible in the main timeline? I don't want to come off as rude, but I feel like at this point we're looking way too far into the details when there's a pretty self-explanatory reason. Like, I really like suspension of disbelief, like, is useful at times, a lot of the time. Like, it's really, to me, it's not a difficult solution. He traveled to an alternate timeline, lived out his life in that timeline, and then when the time was right, traveled back to the original timeline. That doesn't really seem so far-fetched to me. Okay, that doesn't... Just because the events don't pan out the same way doesn't mean that there wouldn't be another reason to invent time travel. It's entirely possible. Like, all of the means they had to create the time travel are still there. Even if the reasons were not there, they can still, like, have a reason to do it. Like, again, I think this is looking way too deeply into it. I've never seen time travel make so much sense. Like... Why do you have to travel back when you have been in our timeline the whole time? What do you mean, Deb? Like, as I understand it, like, he didn't, like, stay as old Steve in the original timeline. He traveled back to a different timeline, lived out his life in that timeline, and then when he was old Steve, he traveled back to the point where he left. So, like, there wasn't two Caps hanging around the whole time. Well, in the alternate timeline there was, but I don't know. They didn't really explore the alternate timeline, so I'm not going to speculate too much on that one. I just feel like in regards to the actual timeline itself, it makes perfect sense to me. feel like the movie implies he's always been an old man in this timeline. I never got that implication. Like, not once did I ever get that implication.
Prehistoric predators like my blaster's new settings.
Yeah, no, I never got that implication from that. I got the implication that he time traveled to a different timeline, and then when the time was right, went back to the original timeline. That felt very obvious to me when I watched it. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Ozo. Like it's so straightforward to me. I don't know. I feel like it's overthinking it at that point.
Ooh, bouncy.
Bro. I feel like the only confusion that ever came from that was then, like, someone who worked on the film said something that made absolutely no fucking sense, into the context of how it worked in the film. They're like, oh, he went back in time in the same timeline, which doesn't make sense with the way it worked in, like, the way they explain it in the movies. But then, like, someone else on the film crew gave a completely different answer that did make sense with the context of the film, which was he went to an alternate timeline, and that made sense to me. I don't know. I never got confused by it. Yeah, the death is for cycles.
Ooh, I've never tried a
Except I did it really
lair.
slow, so it probably didn't save any
Do
time.
you guys have volcano layers? Much to learn.
Bro.
On second thought, no volcano lair. I can feel my nostril hairs sizzling. Haven't seen mushrooms that big since I left the Gigantizotron running overnight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That, like, when I say they go to different timelines, it's because every time they go back in time, they create a new one. Is what I meant. Oh yeah, I forgot it splits itself. I guess my point is that, like, I feel like the explanation of why did he appear old in the end, the reasoning to me at least is pretty straightforward, is that some old Captain America, probably the one that was from that timeline, traveled back to the original timeline. Like, he had that as a plan. Which, without going too far into spoiler territory, is discussed in Falcon and Winter Soldier, so. Yeah, I mean, I guess my point is that at the end of the day, no matter how you want to explain it, it makes sense to me. Like, I've never understood the argument that it doesn't make sense.
On a cold winter's night, have yourself a bite of Bandicoot stew.
Like, to me, it always felt like it made perfect sense. Oh, I love not getting a slide. Did I get everything back there? Or did I forget a crate again? I feel like I got it. Dude, that's great, man. Did I leave a TNT? Oh yeah, I did. I don't even know how I did that. I've never done that. What's the Phase 4 movie I'm most hyped about? I feel like the default answer is Spider-Man No Way Home because I really like Spider-Man. But that aside, probably Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Already go over the toys for Bob, currently only working on COD news. I'm ambivalent. Is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Phase 4 or is it just somewhere in the future? Should be Phase 4? Alright. Yo, great. Guardians 2 might be your favorite MCU. Guardians 2 is probably one of my favorites. I really, really liked it. She said I prefer 1. I like 1. I thought 1 was really good. I just thought 2 was better. Oh yeah, the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness should be good to also. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff in. Do I know that? Yeah, I didn't know that they're making a holiday special. Hopefully it's better than the Star Wars one. I really like Doctor Strange. I remember my ex, like, when she first watched it, didn't like Doctor Strange. She was like, he's such an asshole, and I was like, I thought that was the point of Doctor Strange. I thought he was supposed to be an asshole. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. You hate how Dormammu looks in that movie. Okay, but would you take Dormammu in that movie or Galactus in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer? You take the Galactus? Wow. Giant just cloud man over Dormammu. It's wild. I mean, you're not missing much by not watching Silver Surfer. Yeah, I'm not really looking to rewatch the Fantastic Four films either.
May I assist?
The Thing's actor in Gotham. Oh, you're saying like the guy who played the Thing and then he played a role in... I was like, the Thing's in Gotham? Well, that doesn't make sense. I remember he said in an interview, like, for the MCU Fantastic Four, he'd be willing to reprise his role as the Thing.
All right.
And he was definitely one of the better aspects of those movies, so... You have yet to see a Galactus depiction that didn't look off. I'm not a comic book aficionado, but I kind of like how he looked in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Was Venom 1 good? I remember hearing it was like, eh. Alright, man, you got it.
Time to go home.
I'd be curious to see how the MCU handled Galactus, honestly. Ah, yes, my favorite bonus. Well, that was clean. What the fuck? That was actually really good. Holy shit. That's the cycle I'm looking for. That's a pretty sizable gold. And there's the 240. Yeah, that's fair, Goober. I was just more surprised that you would rather pick the Galactus from Silver Surfer. That man's literally just a giant cloud. Yeah, that Zoidberg lives. Alright, man. I feel like Dormammu was a playable character in Marvel 3. I just can't remember what he looked like in that game. I mean, I think that was the implication they were going for, Goober. It's just silly. I need that. That's actually quite important. Maybe I should do it correctly this time. At least they gave me the fruit. Only a little terrified for my life. Dude, I'm loving this auto splitter. Like, no lie. Yo, Clock, thanks for the good luck.
Got to find that ship. If I only hadn't replaced my blaster's teleport with that hair dry function.
How are the runs today? I think this is only like the... I think this is the only one that got this far, and it's actually like pretty good. So, not bad. Way better than yesterday. But of course, we're in this fucking level. Shipping error. Woo! Shitting error. Dude, that fucking emote is so blurst. Oh my fucking god. Oh, you son of a bitch. Can you fucking land on him? It's not the shooter. It's the fact that I keep fucking missing the blob.
Ship launched in 10, 9. I should have started at 3. Blast off!
Oh yeah, no, the suitors are still shit. But that the situation. The problem there was not the fucking. Yeah, no, the snipers are awful. Pepe got aim. Dude, I can't wait to do this in 106, get to the very end and die to fight fucking Nitro RNG up my fucking fault. Redo the whole fucking level again. Those snipers my least favorite enemy in the game. Honestly, probably. They're pretty shit. I'm honestly not attached enough to Quicksilver to give an opinion on that, but I can understand frustration. Okay, but the thing about that's annoying about the dragons is you just have to wait on them because it's so fucking huge. The snipers should not reach as far as they do. That's just ridiculous. His death was worth it to see wanted to go savage. Depends on who you ask.
Always? Well, hey, where'd my cart go?
Ugh. What is this cycle? Oh, it's actually like upside down. I didn't know that.
I swear I left my cart parked right there. My sixth cart stolen this year. My wife's gonna kill me.
Oh, what the fuck? I should have been hit there. I don't know what his demo saying. Check it down. Check it down. Yeah, press the right buttons. The plane can probably fly faster. The plane is confirmed more powerful than Ultron.
Attention crew, asteroid field ahead. Buckle your seatbelts. We're hit. Unbuckle those seatbelts and fix life gear. Reclaiming ends. Prepare master and escape pod.
It's fine, Hubert. It's not a big deal. You're looking forward to 106? That's good. Like your criticisms are valid, Goober. Like, if I felt like you were complaining just for the sake of complaining, I would have said something. Like, this conversation's fine. It's been pretty civil. Like, I feel like the most heated it's gotten is maybe I got a little heated about the endgame discussion, but like even then I think that was fine too. If anybody got offended by that, I'm sorry. But like overall, this has been a very good conversation. I'm about it. If I'm not answering, it's just that I have nothing to add to it, and I'm focusing on the game. I'm not like upset or anything. Like I don't have any like personal stake in like Quicksilver. I understand the frustration with how he was portrayed, but I have no opinion on it, so I just haven't been saying anything. Hello, Tim. Yeah, it's like, I get it. Like, I get why people who really like Quicksilver, like Nelly, I get why it bothers her and others why he was portrayed the way he did, or like why he was used the way he was. Like, I get that. I just like I can't contribute anything to it, so I'm not going to. Sometimes it's better to say nothing than to try and say something. Yeah, no, like I really liked Amazing Spider-Man 1 the first time I watched it, and like I even like liked Amazing Spider-Man 2, but like on revisiting both of them, I'm just like, oh. Yo, what's up, Stefan? Okay, actually, I have a question. The 106 race is at 2 p.m. UTC, right? It's 2 p.m.? Because for some reason my command says 1 p.m. and I don't know why. One is way better than 2, but neither is a good movie. I can agree with that. 2 just tries to do way too much. Find that every version of Spider-Man has nailed one aspect of his character. I feel like that's a pretty common consensus. Yeah, 2 is just like depressing. Just up, Steven. You're still awake because you just got home. Look, I'm still awake too, dude. I don't judge. You're just like, yeah, I'm still awake. I'm like, bro, same time zone. I'm fucking streaming. You gonna watch the Spidey movies now? All of them, or can we dodge the Amazings? So, like, the Amazing Spider-Man films, I generally hear that they got, like, the quippy side of Peter down. Although, I think, in retrospect, they kind of, like, overdid it, and he kind of just comes off as an asshole. Toby nailed the morals of Spider-Man. I don't know, I felt like Toby was also pretty socially awkward as well. All in movies in the Spider-Verse. What about the Raimi films? Spider-Verse pretty fucking good though. Not gonna NGL. Bro. Okay. Don't forget the flashback stays tomorrow. Oh, I'm confident I will hopefully not do that. Peter's just way too confident. I can agree with that for Garfield. Like Andrew Garfield, like they try to make it seem like he's a loner, but like he doesn't come off as like an outcast or like socially awkward. I still feel like overall, I feel like Holland is the most well-rounded of the Spider-Man like actors, even if like there are some aspects that like Tobey or Andrew nailed better. But again, that's me coming from a perspective of only seeing the films and only having a vague idea of Spider-Man in the comics because I've never really read any comics. Yo, Jocelyn, thanks for the good luck. Tobey in the high emotion scenes is very hit or miss. Yeah. I think he nails like the personal aspect of it down well though.
A door between dimensions.
A door between dimensions. Friendship.
Reality shattering proportions.
Interdimensional domination.
Something.
Not from our universe.
I think I'm bringing the heating pad back. Ugh.
Let's go!
Shoulder's kind of going mad again. Well, Tobey's Spider-Man, like, wasn't it like senior year in Spider-Man 1? And then like Holland's Spider-Man on introduction was like sophomore, so like he is a little younger.
In my universe, bandicoots are considered pests. Is fit for extermination as a housefly.
Oh, how modern.
Some keep them as pets, but I find it disgusting. I much prefer spiders.
Yes. So elegant, spiders.
So many little legs to pull.
Ooh,
How
wicked.
our lost puppies found
I still
its
feel
way
like,
home.
for me personally, I thought the way Spider-Man was done in Homecoming was fine given the context of the timing of when he was introduced into the MCU.
Foiled by a flea bag.
But again, I'm saying this from the perspective of somebody who's never really been into the comics. Yo, Cherry Weeb. Yeah, there was a bunch of gifted subs earlier. So I really liked Homecoming also, but like I definitely I liked Far From Home a lot more. I thought Far From Home was incredible. Oh my god, dude.
Wretched cur.
And yeah, the way they did Mysterio was awesome. not even following the channel. How's it? Dude, I don't know. Like, gift subs are so weird. I've gotten gift subs to channels that I've never even watched. But hey, if you like Crash Bandicoot, I play that a lot.
Let's go!
Yeah, Mysterio, I think, was done super well. Although, I think they did Vulture really well also in Homecoming. Or at least, I at least like Vulture in the context of MCU. I don't know how he compares to comics Vulture. I don't know. Again, like, because I don't have the comics background, I view all of the MCU stuff in the context of the MCU, and that's it. Yeah, Vulture, I thought Vulture was incredible. Like, Vulture is one of my favorite MCU villains. Dude, Spider-Man PS4 is fucking amazing. Like, that is one of my favorite games ever made. Vulture's usually old as hell in the comics. Isn't he, like, Spider-Man's oldest adversary? Like, that makes sense. I mean, he's middle-aged in... He's middle-aged in Homecoming. I love that he's played by Michael Keaton, who played Batman in like the 1980s film series for like the first two films. So straight up, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Okay, don't talk about Miles Morales because I actually haven't finished it, Steven. And I've been meaning to, and I just keep putting it off. I've only played like a couple of hours of it. All good. I should have finished it like months ago, and I just haven't. Am I playing it on PS5? Oh yeah, absolutely. I have a PS5. I'm not playing it on anything else. You know what? I'll fucking take that. I didn't die. I should probably play the Spider-Man Remastered also. I'm one of those people who doesn't entirely like the fact that they changed the way Peter looks, but I feel like I could get over it if I played it. I just thought he looked really good in the PS4 version. No, that's pretty cool. I think the reason I didn't play Miles Morales when I got it was because I got a PS5 and my first thought process was faster loads for fucking this game. Also hot 0.01 gold there, like literally 0.01. It's actually not supposed to look like Tom Holland. I think it's supposed to look more like the person they used for motion capture.
Let's see if these tall poppies know how to smoke a steak.
Yeah, I don't know what their fucking argument was. I thought he looked completely fine on PS4. Maybe it was to make him look more like Yuri Lowenthal. I don't remember. It was like one of the two. Either way, I thought he looked completely fine on PS4. I think Mysterio conceptually is like one of the coolest Spider-Man villains. Yuri Lowenthal's 50? What the fuck? I did not know that.
Does this mean I have franchise?
Oh, I thought I was gonna die.
Am I
Jeez, he old.
Could I open a restaurant in an airport?
He do be old. I got a fucking minute and a half to stay here. I forgot I died trying to get to the hidden gem. Like an idiot. I think the funniest thing is that in Spider-Man PS4, Peter is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, and MJ is voiced by Laura Bailey. And then in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Marth is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, and Lucina is voiced by Laura Bailey. Laura Bailey's everywhere at this point. That's fair. I just found it funny that they were like, they're paired like that.
I did my franchise because I saw my future franchise. Oh, bollocks, my head hurts.
Apparently the extra voices for Crash 4. I'd believe it.
Wonder what the local delicacy is here. I hope it's spicy.
And fried. Isn't Yuri voicing Ratchet in the new game? Is he? I didn't know they changed Ratchet's voice actor.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like Jason Arnold Taylor before or something? And then there was like some controversy with him that turned out to be like not true, or I didn't follow it all that much. Really cleaning up a good feeling with this run. Yeah, I'm hoping, but like I've choked runs on like paces this good, so it's important to not get too attached. Oh, is it James Arnold? Yeah. Yo, Nathan. It's going pretty well. Who is it then? It's probably still James Arnold Taylor. That would be my first guess. Yeah. It's me, Austin.
Spicy fried mystery food.
It was me all along, Austin. Is it gonna gold? That's kind of hot. I really thought that at the same time. The best part is that I'm not even into pro wrestling. And then he was ahead. I have friends who are into pro wrestling, even though I've never been into it, so I've picked up on some things. Although I feel like It's Me, Austin is kind of just a well-known meme at this point. Actually, no, I first heard it from Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, so I don't know. Maybe it's still more of just a pro wrestling thing. It's trying so hard. Holy fuck. Check it down. Alright, I need over. Oh, I need that to come back down further. Come on, trash can stand. Oh. 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 What time is it for me? 4 a.m. Or... Uh, 10, 11. Oh my god. Actually fucking clutch. How am I not tired? My sleep schedule's super degenerate. Yo, that was hot.
And now for me to stop me.
It's the power of the heated shoulder pad. Having organized sleep is boring. Eh. I have a consistent sleep schedule. It's just degenerate. Yeah, that was a super. That entire Dimension 9 was just gold. It do be golden.
There's an imposter me on the loose. Identical in appearance.
I don't know. My sleep schedule is super degenerate, and Nellie's sleep schedule is super not. So whenever when we actually are together, one of us is gonna have to change that. Probably me. Ooh, that was I should have held jump there. Your schedule is like annoyingly normal. Would you be willing to change that? I don't know. My schedule is like particularly degenerate right now just because I don't have work. But like when I am actually like working an office job, like it's still not the best, but it's more normal than this. Like I'd probably be going to bed like 2 hours before this. Oh, Erickson, if you haven't seen any percent, you should watch this level in any percent. It's insane. You really hate that you can't keep them asking. Honestly, that's like the biggest thing deterring me from trying to go for console record in PS5. It's not even the fucking like the blue gem skip being harder. It's the fucking having to do this level without Ika Ika. Because Ika Ika is so fucking clean here. Like, that part specifically sucks so bad on PS5.
Guard, increase security. Protect your master. Is that what I sound like? Do I have a weird voice?
Blue gem glitch. It is fine. It's just not as free as it is on fucking on PC.
Listen to me.
All right, man, you got it.
Rude.
They did, but you can use infinite Akano jumps to get over the invisible walls, Roddy. It's not worth it in any percent because it takes so much time, but for ACG, it lets you do blue gem skip. Hate this wall run part. Oh yeah, that part sucks too. I can just anti-grab over all my problems in this level. Or we can just do that. That is also an option. You know what's not going to be fun? I am going to have to compare against the most cracked-ass toxic tunnels ever. Like, the toxic tunnels in my PV is honestly pretty insane. Or hit the road and out for launch going on PS5? Yeah. They're fine. Well, out for launch, I would assume so, because we discovered that, like, after PS5. So. Well, yeah, hit the road works. If I remember correctly, the levels that are the skips that are affected are both of the skips in Dragon On, Run It By You, and Nitro Processing. Fucking 817 toxic tunnels. Holy shit, dude. I can still gold it, but like the one thing that went like mildly wrong to my memory is the fact that I didn't get the damage abuse in the bonus because I lost the mask too early. Monka Toxic Tunnels, true. The other reason why I'm like trying not to be attached to this run is because if I die in the jump path, it's probably over. Like if I die in the red jump path, I might be able to salvage like a 248. If I die in the yellow jump path, it's just done. Yeah, like the harder like nitro processing is still a thing in any percent, but like the easy one that is also useful in ACG doesn't work in PS5. I love how I named the split Manolios Ugly Ones Electropon for no particular reason. I just wanted to fucking reference Teen Girl Squad for some reason. What does someone need to host a race event? Just say, hey, want a race? There doesn't have to be an incentive. Stefan just put that in because he felt like it. Like, the 315 the annual 315 races for NST, there's no incentive. It's just like, we just want to race 315. Oh, you said initiative. I read that as incentive. I'm not scared. You're scared. Yeah, this level's hard. This is the hardest level in the game, in my opinion. Like, this is harder than Cortex Castle, for sure. The thing is, like, Cortex Castle gets easier the more you do it. This level stays hard. I feel like Cortex Castle on first pass is the hardest level in this hub, and then on every subsequent pass, it's the easiest level in this hub. There's a cycle I want to try and catch here at some point, but not right now. I love both of them. I think this entire hub is incredible. Like, all 4 levels in this hub I love, including Seeing Double. It's just that I think Toxic Tunnels is harder than Cortex Castle. I also love, like, I love the song in this level, Roddy. I think this song is great. I think it fits the level really well. But, I love the duality of Toxic Tunnels and Cortex Castle, because Cortex Castle tests how well you know the quantum masks, and Toxic Tunnels doesn't have any of them. Like, Toxic Tunnels just tests how well you know how to play as Crash and Coco. Nitro Processing is probably my least favorite in the hub, but I still think it's a good level. Yo, Asimov. Like, Nitro Processing is my least favorite out of 4 really awesome levels. And even I don't know, I might still like it more than Seeing Double, honestly. But like I think Seeing Double is like easily the best Cortex level. See if I can get this damage abuse. Yeah, that's fair, Roddy. I don't know. Like it is a very low key song, but I think it fits the level really well, which is why I like it. Okay, well, I got that. But like even with that, I got like that's the best I've done that bonus. But like the cycles I got at the end of this level in my PB were still super cracked, so I don't know if I'm gonna gold this. Like it's hard to compare it against the toxic tunnels I got in my PB. Nice delayed jump, dude. Okay, now I'm definitely not getting it. Imagine that's where you like fucking die. Is the fucking minecart. Also, why do these auto kill you? Like, I had a mask. Like, oh my god. Okay, I landed on the platform. It's fine. It'll all be fine. That might be 246 dead, but whatever. I think it's stupid that they auto-kill you, if anything, just because the spikes on other minecarts in other parts of the level do not auto-kill you. I think that's the part that annoys me the most. Like, these are the only ones that auto-kill for some reason. But, like, at the beginning, well, at the beginning level you don't have a mask, but, like, the ones in the gem route don't auto-kill you, and I don't know why. Like, be consistent. Like, the only reason I can think of is they didn't want you to cheese with the mask, but how do you cheese with the mask when it's coming at you anyway? Yo, Spider, how's the run so far? This run is actually really solid. That's fair, Rosemary.
What must I do to prove myself?
It's still weird.
Mother's name, Sharon. Childhood pet, frog with googly eyes. Favorite food, muttered...
I had it, and then I second guessed myself, dude. Ah, fuck. Okay. Alright, sounds good, Nelly. Have fun with food. Thank you for the good luck. Yeah, this is the longest level in the run. Like, people always point to Rush Hour for being the longest level. If you're just any percenting them, yes, Rush Hour is the longest, but if you're going for full completion, this is the longest level in the game. Ooh. I lost way more time here than I wanted. Ew, that was gross. Okay. Okay, I had like absolutely horrendous Cortex Castle and Seeing Double in my PB, so like I can save so much time here. Like a minute or more in each. Okay, well, 46 seconds here, but...
You'll never find me, Neo-Cortex. This castle is a maze. I alone know all of its secret halls and passages. Like the one behind the portrait of Grandfather that opens when you press on his triangular fossa. But how?
Let's go!
Ooh, I love stupid past Cortexes. I just love the banter both of them have. It's so great. Like, I've seen people bitch about how, like, oh, past Cortex is just as stupid as current Cortex. It's not accurate to the lore of Crash 1 where he's so much more serious and menacing. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. We're talking about Crash Bandicoot. Like, the Cortex v Cortex dialogue is, like, hands down the best, like, dialogue in the entire game. And people still find a way to complain about it. Also, like, the dialogue in the flashback tape is fucking phenomenal. Like, I don't know how many people need to hear this, but Cortex in the PS1 games is a boring character. He is literally just evil for the sake of being evil, which is, like, fine. In the PS1 games, they really didn't care about a plot. But, like, Cortex in, like, everything from Twinsanity on is a significantly better character.
No, Embryo, I'm no fraud. I'm from the future. You must listen to me. Embryo, do you not recognize your own master? I'm the real Cortex. No, Embryo, I am.
Ding dong, ding dong. Oh my, sounds like the doorbell. I'd better go see who it is.
It's like, was Clancy Brown's Cortex more menacing? Yeah, sure. But, like, people act like Lex Lang can't do anything except be funny. But, like, Cortex has supremely menacing moments in so many different... Like, he has menacing moments in Twinsanity. He has menacing moments in, like, Mind Over Mutant. He has menacing moments in this game. Like, and, like, he's fucking menacing as shit in NST. Like, Lex Lang is so good as Cortex. He's so well-rounded. But people are just fucking nostalgia bonered for Clancy Brown. And, like, I get it. Clancy Brown is a fantastic actor. But Lex Lang is the better Cortex, IMO. Like, Cortex, like, pre-Twinsanity, is, like, a super bland, forgettable character to me. Cortex, post-Twinsanity, is my second favorite character in the franchise behind Coco. And I would say he has more personality than Coco. I just like Coco. Ooh, I did this way too early. Oh, I was supposed to damage abuse like an idiot. Yep, me. You know what? I'll take that. It was at that moment that he fucked up, but Bob spared him anyway. What the fuck? If I lose 247 for the 15 seconds I lost in that level, it's my fucking fault. Okay, 10 seconds, but, like... I don't know why I fucking waited there. I just blanked. Bob Gaming.
I won't let me fail. I mean, fail differently. I mean, oh, Crash!
Oh, yes. Yep, functional bat. Yep, functional bat. Someone can find that bat, find a way to make that bat not be shit. I'll be your best friend. Yo, Pete. Quarter a second each run. You don't know why I take this time loss. It's the principle of the matter. Was the checkpoint hostile? Nope. Checkpoint was quite friendly today. Might be controversial for your team crash. Only in this server, but I respect all opinions even if they're wrong. Look, I couldn't play as Coco in Crash 3 NSC because she is literally slower with some of her animations, which adds up over the course of like a long run like 108. So like, yeah, I'm gonna play as Coco in here. Also, it's like, it's a matter of frames. Or like, because I switched to tubular, it's a matter of like 2 seconds. Doesn't... Wow! Me! Dumb! Doesn't matter in a 3-hour category, really. Like, when those 2 seconds matter, I'll start playing as Crash.
Why can't I be more reasonable like I am?
I mean, in any percent, I care enough where I'll consider... If I was at top level in any percent, I would at least stick to default. Like, I wouldn't take the time to switch to tubular.
We have an evil doppelganger situation.
Because there, it's literally a matter of like 3 frames. Maybe. It is less than a second to switch to her.
There, that'll shut me up.
In this category, yeah, I'll take the time to switch to tubular because it's my favorite skin. Because that's 2 seconds in a 3-hour category. On PC, you don't even have to slide the real one, you just have to leave Insanity Peak. Yep, rip 247, but like... God, I have so much time to save in this fucking endgame, dude.
Yoink. Did you jump on the shoot-o-man?
Why is the final battle required? Because generally, it's customary for speedruns to end on an ending of some sort or include an ending of some sort. Like, you're not really finishing the game if you don't do the final boss.
Shoot-o-matic! Stop that!
You can technically do the final boss and then do the timelines after to have triple spin, but like... For one, I personally don't entirely agree with that. I feel like runs, if possible, should end on an ending, with like very rare exceptions. Exceptions would be Crash 3 108, where if we wanted to end on an ending, you'd have to fight Cortex twice, which is stupid. Or like Spyro 2, where they have a glitch where if you, or like an out of bounds where if you beat Ripto early, you can have Super Flame for the entire game. Like, those are reasonable exceptions. But like otherwise, I feel like you should end on an ending. But like I don't care enough to like argue against it. It doesn't really make a huge time difference. So also like the general like backup rule for like Crash runs is that if you're doing a 100% run or a full completion run and you miss the requirements, then alternate timing is whenever you like after you finish the final boss, it's just whenever you finish the requirements. So it's like that also. So like if you want to fight Cortex early before doing all the timelines, you can, and then it just finishes when you finish a level. But like the time difference is really small. But yeah, like generally, like even for categories where your goal is only to get like all the gems or like whatever the equivalent of the game is, you still need to end on the final boss. That's just kind of like a golden rule in speedruns. A notable exception is like Crash 1 100% and NST Crash 1 all gems end in the Great Hall, but that's still an ending. So that's why. So like even though you don't fight Cortex there, it's like you're still ending on an ending. Oh yeah, man, my favorite. Dude, I fucking love that. I fucking love that entire cycle is thrown off because the platform didn't raise up. At least I died early. Like, fuck it, dude.
That's how it's done.
Slowly but surely.
Not like
Enter the Dragonfly speedruns are probably the most ridiculous shit. Then what do you mean? The speedrun's like a minute and a half. We're getting there. Still a lot of time to save on this run, but like, I'm more satisfied with that one than the run I had a few days ago. I will say that. Did you just witness where? You did.
Must have taken a hit to the old temporal lobe. But a fallen foe.
But yeah, the general rule with speedrunners is like, even if the run doesn't have to end on an ending, the ending occurs somewhere. Like, that's the thing. It's also like with Crash 3108, we don't end on the final boss with Cortex, but we require you do the final boss that has like the true ending, which on the optimal route happens anyway. But yeah, I'm pretty. Still, like again, like I still got like 8.5 minutes to save off of my summer best, but like definitely 2 Cortexes, time travel. Yo, Karu! 6 gift subs. Finishing off the sub goal. Let's fucking go.
Somewhere he can't cause any trouble.
That means I get to suffer through a 345 gem run. Truly a god gamer moment. Holy shit. Thank you, Karu. It means a lot. Oh, shit. Thank you, Karu. It means a lot. Yeah. So, like, I didn't mention it earlier. I do really appreciate, like, all the support I got tonight. Because I feel like the past few days, I feel like my numbers were, like, struggling a little bit. Like, if I continued to stream, they would pull back up. But it felt like it was weaker in the beginning. So I really appreciate, like, how strong this stream was. Because it made me, like, feel more confident about it. Especially since I am, like, trying to get the partner. So I appreciate all the support I got tonight, guys. What's 4, 5, 3, 4? Yeah, it's the original trilogy, 305%, and then Crash 4 ACG.
Hey, Crash, you're in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off, and then I'm gonna probably sleep with it tonight for my shoulder. But yeah, when am I doing that one? When I feel comfortable with all the original trilogy. Now that it's been met, I'll probably start, like, derusting Crash 1 through 3. Like, the biggest reason I've been continuing pushing this is that don't really have anything else I'm trying to grind right now. But, like, I have a reason to derust Crash 1 through 3 now.
Living or dead is purely coincidental. You should not have played this game if you suffer from Wumpa allergy, crash rash, fear of alternate dimensions, fear of moving platforms, fear of
351 speedrun. Do you
fear
mean?
of squishy noises, fear of bouncy noises, fear of super science, fear of collecting things.
Do you mean it would be 411 if I did OG and 421 if I did NST? If you mean like full completion. And I've thought about it for like a future incentive. So like it's not off the table, but that's a huge time commitment.
And shoe sizes. Visit your local library or ask your grandma. I don't know if she has any prior experience with Bandicoot, but she's very wise, and I'm sure she'd love to hear from you. The makers of this game do not in any way endorse eating at Dingodile's Diner, which has been known to cause trans-dimensional discharge, intestinal rifts,
Panda's doing Spiral
parasitic
1,
slime boils,
so I
random
might
teleportation
raid
into
her.
darker
Let's see what
timelines,
else I
and
can find.
uncontrollable mewing like a little kitty cat during important business meetings. Any unauthorized exhibition, distribution, or duplication of this game will result in very hurt feelings.
You're on to the first game so much. Yeah, that's fair. Like I love the Crash series as a whole. Even like most of the more obscure games. There's maybe like 3 or 4 Crash games that I genuinely dislike. But like I like most of the series. Yeah, I haven't hosted Panda in a while. I think I'll raid her. 227. No, it's 228. Okay, we're good.